Hey guys, the boy from Tennis House. If you're a recreational player, you're struggling with your forehand and you do something wrong, you feel it's on your take back or your shoulder turn, definitely a good video for you because I have King Carlos Alcaraz forehand here, and I want to point out three important things during that shoulder turn that a lot of recreational players mess up. So let's get straight to the first thing is like the offhand. It's on the racket hard or racket throat, and look how long that offhand stays on that racket hard or racket throat. So Carlos has a really high take back. So all the way till up there. So right here. So what Carlos does with that is he has a really good coil in the upper body right here. So when he's coiling that upper body, he has a lot of power coming off there when he uncoils to hit that forehand. So that's really good. And the other very important thing is as long as you keep the offhand on that racket hard, it's more likely you will not open up too early when you hit the forehand. A lot of recreational players, they tend to stick the racket back without coiling and they hit the ball and they're already open and the ball goes sideways out. So that's one of the most important things why you want to keep the offhand a little bit longer on that racket. So talking about that yellow line, the high take back. So simply what happens now when Carlos has that racket that high, and obviously he's only having it that high when he has time to hit that ball when the ball is slow. When it's like faster, he's going to shorten it obviously as well. So when it's that high, the way of acceleration to get and hit that ball is way longer than if the racket take back would be right here. So that will be way shorter. So he can create with a green line. He can just create way more power if he has a take back that high. So that was the offhand and the take back height for Carlos. Beautiful how he does that, and very important for recreational players. You play on a fast surface, the ball comes faster. You have to keep your compact way shorter than Carlos did here in order to hit that ball successfully. The next phase, right here. Well, let's take it this way. So now if you would draw in that lag phase when he starts to snap the hip in. So look, the racket, the bottom of the racket points to that ball. All right. So in that phase, right before you come up and hit that ball, it's so important that the racket head is underneath the ball, as you can see here. A lot of recreational players, when they tend to be tight on the forehand, when they're right here, if this wrist is tight, you'll not be able to get that racket head down here to hit upwards on that ball. What will happen is if you're tight there, your racket goes more a flatter line here and you're most likely going to hit a lot of balls in the net. So in order to create good topspin, you need to make sure that the racket head will drop in this position right before you come up and you hit up on that ball. Very important in order to create topspin. You're hitting up on that ball. The racket head is below. But you can't achieve that if you're tightening your wrist too much. And I always tell the players if 10 is the hardest you can squeeze and 0 is dropping the racket, think about holding that racket on like a 2.5 to 3. And the next thing is pay attention on his offhand again, how he tucked his hand from here to here in. So what he does is he stays almost level and he's super balanced. You see right here, his elbow is right up there and he stays balanced. So many recreational players in this phase have that left hand hanging down and therefore losing control when they hit their forehand. If you tuck the left hand close to your chest, you're gonna have more control and more power to hit that ball. So those three things are super important, guys. Let's recap super quick. So the high take back and the offhand longer on gives you more coil and more power and more control. The next thing is the lag phase right here where the racket head is below the ball, so you can create a lot of topspin, and you can only achieve that if you lower your arm and you're not squeezing the racket too tight. And the next thing is the offhand after it leaves the racket hard right here, it stays level with the chest and you tug it in, and that's going to give you a lot of control when you hit that forehand. So those things going to hopefully help you try those things out and let me know how it goes in the comment section, and thank you guys for listening.